So within that window of 30 days, when we launched the mass voter registration, we managed to capture and register the 2,345,476 new voters. So to us, this is a major milestone, and we would like to thank every Kenyan who has supported this exercise. So from the performance perspective, the enhanced continuous voter registration exercise in 2026 has particularly recorded notable improvements, both in terms of the efficiency and output compared to previous large-scale registration initiatives in the previous electoral cycles. This performance reflects a sustained and consistent upward trajectory, which enabled us to record on a weekly basis over 500,000 new registrations. By comparison, in 2016, when the Electoral Management Body conducted mass voter registration in phase 1, they previously managed to capture around 1.4 million voters against the targets of 4 million within the 30 days. We had a target of 2.5 million within 30 days, and we managed to achieve that target. Over a similar period, also in 2021, the numbers were also lower. And therefore, taken in totality, this comparative analysis highlights a clear institutional progression in the design and execution of voter registration strategies in Kenya. The enhanced continuous voter registration approach not only delivered high absolute numbers, but also achieved significant improved conversion rates relative to target, and underscoring, therefore, the effectiveness of this approach. In terms of strategic interventions, ladies and gentlemen, the improved performance of the registration drive by IEBC can be attributed to deliberate strategic and operational shifts that distinguish it from earlier exercises. And in particular, this time round, we employed the open kit strategy, which allowed eligible voters to register at any convenient registration centers, irrespective of their place of origin or their place of residence. And this, therefore, effectively eliminated geographical restrictions that historically have constrained participation of citizens in registration exercise. And to explain this, we deployed open kits which allowed somebody who is resident and working in Nairobi and still wants to vote, let's say in Kakamega, to be able to do so without making that journey all the way to Kakamega or Mandera or Turkana or Kilgoris. So this encouraged those people who are working and those people who are attending to other businesses to register from wherever they were. Number two, there was also expansion of the registration network beyond the ward level to various centers, including institutions of higher learning, the TVETs, universities, and other training colleges. We also, for the first time in the history of this nation, we also deployed our services and integrated it as part of those services that citizens receive at the various Huduma centers across the country. And so far, IEBC registration units are co-located within the 57 Huduma centers across the country. And so this expansion of the registration network enabled us to achieve the success of registering the over 2.6 million voters, they are new voters. Another factor of success is also attributed to the adoption of data-driven planning and real-time performance monitoring. Unlike in the previous exercises, where projections were largely based on statistics and based on the census data, Our projections have been based on the ID datasets and dynamic data analysis to guide resource allocation, identify areas of high potential for registration, and enable continuous tracking of progress. And in the past few weeks, we've had weekly public updates on registration figures, which have since then enhanced transparency and also created a feedback mechanism that encourage the areas or regions that lag behind in terms of voter registration to intensify their voter mobilization efforts. And I'm sure you've been part and parcel of the weekly progress reporting, which we have done since we launched the enhanced voter registration exercise on 30th March. So this approach